Okay. So, tier list time, right? Let me just pull up the thing real quick. Okay. We need to put myself in the position here. That's not the position. Hang on. Put me in the spot right there. All right, so we're gonna do TierMaker now. We're gonna make some tier lists. I've got 5 of them to be made. Let me just pull up the thing here. How do I do this again? Tier list. There we go. All right. So, like I said, I've got 5 of them. Actually, I'm not going to start with this one. That one will be later. We're going to start... Which one is this? Okay, hang on. We got... Okay, I'll give you the 5 that I have ready, and then we might do more depending on how much time we have. But the 5 we have is all of Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, and their characters. We have 3D dungeons from Zelda. The fuck is that ad on the top of my screen? Get that off my screen. I hate ads. We also have F-Zero Machine tier list, all Mario Kart courses from across the entire series, and Sonic characters. Let's start with that one, actually. These are the major Sonic characters. Some of these characters I don't actually know, like who the fuck is this? I don't know. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a category for who? I don't know them. All right. Add a row below. There we go. And then delete that one, I guess. Cool. So, alright, so for that, it would be this character. That one... Is that just a classic vector? What is this? Unfortunately, I don't really know anything about Mighty or these fellas. I guess that's just the classic artwork for Vector from the Chaotix, yeah. Okay, is there other characters here? I don't know. I guess we'll just go down the list one by one, and then we'll go from there. You would know Gabriel if you played Battle in Advanced 3. I want to. It's on the list. Alright, so Sonic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know Sonic, the character, is often seen as, cringe. Also, I'm gonna put the VTuber behind the thing here, so that way... There we go. You can see everything. Okay, so Sonic... I know some people really find his, like, yeah, oh, way past fast, and that to be, like, cringe, so they would put him, like, F tier, right? Sonic himself, he's okay to me. I don't like him, I don't dislike him, he's, you know, he's very much the Mario of this franchise, and so I'll put him, okay, the way I see it, F is, like, actually, I dislike this, the worst character ever. I don't know if I'm gonna put anything in that tier list, because I don't know, but, like, F is, like, this is a bad character, D is, like, I don't like them. In fact, here, let's just do that. Bad character. Let's just make this known. Dislike them mildly. They are fine, I guess. What? I guess. Okay. B is... Yeah, they're... good, I suppose. A is... hell yeah. And S is like... yo! Okay? Okay. So... yeah, Sonic will go and yeah, they're good, I suppose. Styx the Badger. Okay, so I've seen only a few episodes of the show and I've not played the game. So, Styx... the only thing I actively remember about Styx is that they are voiced by Chum Chum's voice actor, which is cringe. Not that their voice actor's cringe, it's just like I don't like that show. So that's minus 5 points for me. I'm gonna put them in they are fine, even though I don't really know them all that well. Surge, reluctantly, I know nothing about aside from their name, so we'll just put them there. Tails, based on what I know about Surge and what people tell me, this is where they go. But I don't know that officially, so I can't make this real. Tails. Okay, it depends on which Tails we're talking about here. Because if we're talking about, like, Sonic Force's tail, this is, like, bad. And maybe even dislike them mildly at best. Tails, generally, yeah, they're fine. Maybe I'll put them in they're good, I suppose. I'll put them below Sonic. My problem with Tail is Tails generally relies too much on Sonic, and that's part of his character, and that's like his arc in some of the games even. But without Sonic, Tails wouldn't have much aside from like he mechanic, I guess. Also noteworthy is many Sonic games I have not played, as you're gonna see by me filling up this bottom category. So there are some iterations I can't consider for Tail. But that is where I put them with my current knowledge. There are many tier lists out there, but this one's mine. Correct me if I'm wrong, this character's name is Wave. I only know about them because of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, but I am aware they're a Sonic Riders character. Wave, I've never once used, and every time I race against them, I'm like, that's that bird from that other game. We'll put them right there above Sticks. Knuckles, I like Knuckles. I'll put him in hell yeah. Amy, again, this is much like Tails. It depends on the iteration of her. My general vibe for Amy is like, yeah, they're good. Probably top of this category. When Amy's at her best, she's in like yo or hell yeah. But I think like looking at the whole series, Amy goes here. I feel the exact same about all the Sonic Riders characters, I guess. Actually, I like this guy the most because he's large, and I remember his character from the Snap Cube dubs more than anything. Shadow the Hedgehog, this might be a basic pick. I'm not putting him in yo, but I'll put him in hell yeah, just because he does say swear words, and I think that's fine. Rouge the Bat. What games is Rouge even in other than Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Generations? Genuinely. Like, and like the spin-offs, of course, but like... That's... Oh, she's in Battle? Okay. She's in Rivals? Okay. Well, I only know her from SA2, realistically. And for that, I'm gonna say... I mean, she was cool. I like the spy angle, I guess. I'm gonna put them at the top of this category, sure. Don't like their modern voice actor very much. Also, they sound weird in Sonic Racing. But aside from that, yeah, sure. Sure. It's no use! Okay, I've not played... Okay, I have played Sonic 06, but only a little bit. And I don't know Silver's character much. I don't remember much about Silver. I'm gonna put them... to be safe and to be the least cringe, I'm gonna put them in they are fine. But realistically, I don't... They should probably go in this category. But I'm gonna put them here because I have played the racing games, and I think Silver also appears in some of the Mario Sonic Olympics. But yeah, Silver needs another game that isn't Sonic 06 for a redemption arc. Blaze, so far I don't know if I have any yos. on this list, but Blaze is definitely a hell yeah. Top of hell yeah for me. I only really know her for the, I know she's also in 06 and in, what was it, Sonic Rush? I only know her for Rush Adventure, and in that I remember she was cool. So, I'm gonna put her at the top of hell yeah. Big the Cat? Alright, this is my first yo, and I'm not joking. Alright, fine, I'll knock him down. Maybe I was joking a little bit. I don't know if I love Big that much. I actually do like his fishing levels more than most people do. I would argue. I'm gonna put him right there. This is gonna be a cringe list, I know. You can know that already. Cream the Rabbit. Okay. E102. Sorry, this isn't E102. This is Omega. This is E123. You know what? E123 is my first yo. I like E123 a lot. Omega's chill. This is Cream's mom, I think. Have they appeared in any game ever aside from the anime? I don't know if they have. Okay. Real talk, dislike them mildly. I'm not actually strongly against Cream. I think their voice is kind of annoying in like every iteration of it. I don't like how like forced high-pitched the voice is. But you know, it's there. I think it's mostly fine, I guess, probably. But I'm not really a Cream fan, sorry. I don't know anything about this character, so they have to go there. So wait, Vector? Vector's appearing twice. I guess they have the different iterations of them. She's in Advanced 2. Okay. Well, Vector, I do know he's down bad for them, and as you may have known if you just watched my hate fuck video, I would hate fuck Vector the crocodile, so I'm gonna put them and dislike them mildly at the top. But real talk, actually, Vector's fine. Like, I like his bubblegum thing that he has in Sonic Heroes. I do think his voice is a little annoying in Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, but beyond that, he's inoffensive at best, I'd say. I'm gonna put him there at the top of they are fine. Next up, we have, this is Tangle, right? I don't know them. I don't. But because they are coming to Sonic Racing, I'm going purely based on design when I put them here, okay? Because, you know, otherwise this tier list will be outdated in like 1 month. So, purely based on design. I don't know what their character is like, because I haven't read... I have some of the comics, I just haven't read them yet. We're gonna put them based on design at the bottom of, yeah, they're good, I suppose. This one I like a lot. This is Whisper, right? I don't know, again, anything about the character. Purely based on design, like that's like yo for me. But because I don't know them, I'm gonna bump them down to hell yeah, below Big the Cat, right there. I don't know who that is. I've seen them before. I just don't know who that is. Eggman. Okay, so this one really depends on the game, right? I mean, as with most of these characters, but like Eggman is like the most like he can be either the best character or the worst character depending on the game you're talking about. My current thoughts on Eggman from the last couple of games that I've played being... I haven't played as him even once in Sonic Racing. I only vaguely remember him in Frontiers. I don't remember him at all in Forces. I remember he did nothing in Generations. In Sonic Adventure 1, he's pretty schemy. In Sonic Adventure 2, he's downright dastardly. And beyond that, I don't know much about him. I hate how he looks in Sonic 06, so that gives me a minus point. I'm gonna put him in the they are fine right there. Metal Sonic. Okay. So if we're talking Sonic Heroes Metal Sonic, they're like somewhere around here in hell yeah. But this is specifically like Generations / Sonic CD form for him. I'm not seeing... Oh, there's... Is that Generations? Okay, why are there like... Who's this? Why is there like classic... classic Shadow? Who is that? I don't remember there being a that. Oh, okay, there's also classic Eggman. This... They could have done a better job cropping this. Oh, I know who that is. For this version, I'm gonna interpret this as Sonic Heroes, personally. And I'm gonna interpret this one down here as Sonic CDs. So for Sonic Heroes Metal Sonic, they go, like, right there. Next up is Metal Knuckles. Is this a comics character? I think it is. From Metal Virus Arc. I don't know anything about that. Mighty. Don't know anything about you. Don't know anything about you. Who? Okay, I don't remember their name, but I do remember this character. They're in Sonic the Fighters, right? Metal Knuckles is not from the comics? What are they from? Are they even real? I don't remember this character's name, but I do remember liking them, actually, in Sonic the Fighters. Even though I can't remember their name, they're going and they're good, I suppose. This duck is also from Sonic the Fighters, from what I remember. Yeah, surprisingly, I have played this. I'm gonna just put them, I think, at the same place, right there. This is Sage from Sonic Frontiers. Is there a non-corrupt Sage? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So we'll just put it all as one character. We'll put them right there. Above Metal Sonic. Above Knuckles. Okay, top of hell yeah. Let's put him there. Who? Alright, this is the Dompa guy. King... What's his name again? Fella from the racing games. This is Infinite? No, this is Sage, right here. Down here is Infinite. Somewhere. He's down here. Right there is Infinite. But no, this is Sage. This is Infinite? Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's Infinite rank then. I don't have anything about him except for the fact that he goes, "Oh ho ho ho! Frenzy time!" And he's voiced by Kyle Hebert. He's fine, I guess. I'll put him at the bottom of that. This is gonna be a little basic, but I actually really do like Chaos. He's bottom of Yo for me. Tikal? They're fine. I like Tikal, I guess. Put him right there. Who? Memphis, Tennessee! Oh, shit! I don't know Sonic 06. I can't rank this fairly. I could put them based on like gut instinct, which I suppose I did for some of these other characters, so alright, fine. Based on gut instinct alone for Memphis. He kills Sonic and that made me sad. Zavok. Alright. Who? I haven't played Sonic Lost World. I just know Zavok and Zaz. Eat me. Eat me. Who? 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 Oh my god, it's fucking Chip! Oh, fuck, I forgot about this fucker. Yeah, we'll put Chip, like, right there. Chip's chill. I like chill. Yo, it's me, the devil! Oh, he's, yeah. Well... Black Doom conceptually is a cool character for me. I think his execution in Shadow the Hedgehog 2005 is a little underwhelming. Like, he can be like, Shadow, I need you to kill all these people. And then if you don't do it, he's just like, Shadow, are we besties still? I know you didn't listen to me, but like, please, I want to hang out. So, for that reason alone, he's fine. Right there. Black Doom in Shadow Generations, I have even less to say about him there. I feel like he was barely there. Like, he was there just to be like, yo, it's Shadow the Hedgehog reference, but like beyond that, I don't know. Espio's cool. I like him. Bottom of hell yeah. Charmy B is not cool. Worst character ever. E123... sorry, E101. I did that backwards. Gamma. I like Gamma. Gamma's like... right there for me. Who's it? Is this Gerald Robotnik? It's kind of hard to tell. I think so. In Sonic Adventure 2, I have not actually done the final chapter, so I remember very little about Gerald. And, I remember he's just kind of there in in Shadow Generations. So, based on him being kind of like a psychopath, I mean, that's kind of cool. He's more threatening than Eggman. I'll put him there. Maria? Maria! Where's the, hang on. Hang on, just real quick. Okay. Where did that... it didn't add it. Oh, fuck. Rip. Alright, and then we'll set that to be, like, black. You can't see that. Okay, never mind. We'll set that to be... okay. There we go. Who? Okay. This is another character that I think they appear in battle, right? I haven't played the game that they're from, but I am gonna place this one on the list because I have seen them before, and because I like their design. I'm gonna put them like right there, right above Chip. This is Eggman. I won't say the word. But you know the word. It's not a bad word, but it's too close to one, so I don't like saying his name. Eggman Negative, we'll call him that. He can go... I do like him better than Eggman, but only, like, conceptually. I don't really remember anything about him, if I'm being real. His name is funny. That's it. I guess there's fine. This is Cheese the Chow, I believe. Cheese is based. We love cheese around here. Cheese can go in S tier. Chocola Chow. I know less about Chocola because Cheese follows Cream around in Sonic Heroes, but Chocola was like kidnapped by Metal, right? So he tried to turn the entire universe into a card. Who? Eggman Negative? Great. Omo Chow. Yeah. Tails Doll. I don't know anything about Tails Doll. I'm gonna put them here. Because I think I'll put them here because I think that the creepypastas are funny. Who? Is this a Pokemon? I don't know those. Cubot? Oh, well, this is the other one. It's Cubot and who? Their names are Rough and Tumble. Put them... I'm sorry. I don't care for either of these bot fellas. But mildly is the strong word here. Like, I don't actively dislike these characters. I wouldn't, like, if they were playable in a game, I wouldn't choose them. Even though I have chosen Cream a few times. Okay, Infinite. I don't like Infinite. This is the OC from Forces. I don't like the OC from Forces. Have fun with it if that's your thing, but I think that they're kind of lame, if I'm not gonna lie. Classic Sonic specifically. I mean, realistically, it's just a character. A very voiceless character, but because of what they did to Forces, which was just be forced into the game, I'm putting them in disliked mildly. Same for all of these characters, really, the classic versions. Actually, you know what? I'll rank them not based on their appearance in Sonic Generations, because that's obvious, I think. All of the classic characters in that are very basic and lame. I'm gonna rank them based on my thoughts on, like, the actual classic games. So, with that in mind, classic Sonic, I like less than regular Sonic. He's fine, alright? Put him, like, there. Alright, classic Tails, I do like. He's chill. I think probably right around where I would put him normally. Actually, maybe even a little higher. I actually do like Sonic 2 Tails. I think he's just kind of like, he's fun in that. And then like Sonic 3 Knuckles, I haven't really played too much of that, but Sonic 3 Knuckle was the Knuckle version of game that I played, and I grew up with playing this. So I'm gonna put it like there. Yeah. I have not played Sonic CD. So much like with Metal Sonic, I kind of like I know who this is. This is Amy, but like I don't have an opinion. I guess let's do another tier. And let's just do. Wait, no. This needs to be blue. We need to add row below. There we go. And then... Okay, no opinion. And I might move some of the other characters into here too, now I'm thinking out loud. Okay, so no opinion goes to... Who did I just have in my hand? I just dropped them somewhere. Where did I put them? Oh god. Fuck. Where did they go? Who did I have? Oh, it was Amy. No opinion. Okay. No opinion on regular Amy. Okay. Like, obviously, once again, where does classic Shadow appear? Genuine question. This is not a real character. Unless we're referring to, like, Shadow before Shadow, like, 2005. Yeah, this is made up. So, I'm gonna put that there. Unless that's purely what the TierMaker was trying to convey. But I'm not accepting that. That's made up. Alright, so Sonic CD. No opinion. I haven't played. I'm aware, but no opinion. Classic Eggman from, like, once again, the classic games. I guess I don't... no opinion. Again, yeah. I mean, this one is like, I do know. I've played the games. It's just like, he's just kind of there, you know? And then, yeah, I'll put them in this category too, because I have not played Chaotix, but I am aware that that is, you know, Vector, Charmy, and SVO. I guess that's what the TierMaker was trying to come across by saying, is just like, these are like the original versions of these characters and how they've changed. No opinion, really, for anyone in that field. Okay, so by that metric, I'm gonna move a few characters down to no opinion. I'm gonna put Silver in no opinion. I guess I will rank them in order by, like, the ones that are closest to the left, I guess I sort of care about, but out of anyone. You know? Okay, so Silver can go there. I'm gonna put Wave. I feel like it's only fair to put these characters in here. And then... You know what? No. You know what? They can go back. I changed my mind. I know enough about them that I feel like I can rank them confidently. Okay. Okay, I think that's my list right there. So in the yo category, I guess, hang on, before I do that, let's make sure everything's in the correct order here. So, okay. Charming Bee is the worst character, correct. Bad character, Infinite. Custom character, and Omo Chow, sure. Dislike them mildly, Cream, Tails Doll, Memphis, Tennessee, Zavik, Zaz. We can put Zavik there, fine. Cuba and Orville. Okay. Well, is his name just Dumpa? Or what is him? He's fine, yeah. Badge, Badger, Sticks, Classic Sonic, Regular Eggman, Negative Eggman, Tikal, Jet, Wave, Storm, Black Doom, Vector. Gerald can go in front of those two. Chip. I don't know their name, but I like them. Not Sticks. Tangle. Tails. Sonic. Amy. You know what? I'm gonna bring Amy down a little. I'm gonna put her there. Regular, classic Tails, excuse me. Rouge the Bat. Espio. Classic Knuckles. Gamma. Shadow. Metal Sonic, for specifically Heroes. Even though that isn't his Heroes design, that's just what I'm calling that. Knuckles, Whisper, Big the Cat, Blaze the Cat. Interesting, both cats. I didn't even realize I did that. Sage, Chocolate Chow, Cheese, Chaos, and yeah, I think that's it. No, I think this is in the correct order. Yeah, I got it in one. Emerald is his robot fella's name. Okay. Export that bitch. Title of tier list. Cringe Sonic Facts. Great. Wonderful even. There it is. Enjoy. Alright, so there's your Sonic tier list. Let's go into... What time is it? It's 11:46. Okay, we're gonna do the F-Zero Machine tier list. This one has all the color variants for some reason. I don't know if I'm gonna rank them all individually. I'll start with the machines themselves, and then maybe consider that, but... something to keep in mind is I couldn't find a good pilots tier list. I'm more passionate about the pilots than I am their machines, but you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this anyways. And this will also be a good opportunity for me to see how well I really can recognize each of these machines. Starting with this one. Never played it / was this? Oh, like, what is it? Okay. Fuck. I recognize this one, but I don't know the name of it. I don't know whose machine this is. So we're gonna start with... I'll just put that there. Okay, so this is Deathborn's machine from GX. Again, this ranking is purely based on the machines themselves, nothing to do with the pilots. And we're talking design. Maybe also I can throw in a little bit of personal bias on like which ones control better for my personal taste, but we're gonna put Deathborn's machine in A tier. Yeah. Mighty Gazelle, A tier. This is White Cat. I'm gonna have to like pull up a wiki article so I can remember. You know what? Let's do that real quick. Let's do F-Zero machine's name. F-Zero wiki. Okay. So this is... Okay, so Dark Schneider is the name of Deathborn's machine. This is called Dragonbird. This is from... Forgive me. This is driven by Rick Wheeler, right, in F-Zero Climax. Okay. That's why I recognize it. So Rick Wheeler, I remember, actually, I did really well with Rick Wheeler. So I'm gonna put him in, S tier. Golden Fox, okay, so this is, Dr. Stewart, right? Yeah. He's gonna go... Okay, no, this one is not an A tier. I don't know why I put that there. White Cat is like C tier for me. I mean, I could put them all in A tier because I love them all, but I have to put something in lower categories. So, yeah, we'll put White Cat there. Kind of middling stats. The machine itself is kind of like whatever. This is... Forgive me, I'm looking through the list. This isn't in order, according to the wiki. This is... Oh, yes, it is. This is Iron Tiger. This is number 4. This is Baba's machine. I like Baba. I wish Baba wasn't portrayed the way that they are sometimes, but Baba's generally cool. Baba has potential to be cool. Baba's just kind of a little stereotypical, which I'm not too great on, but again, this isn't about the pilots, this is about the machines. So for his machine, I kind of don't like it, actually. I wouldn't say F tier, but the like cheetah print, I'm not big on. This is Samurai Goro's machine, it's called the Fire Stingray. No, I don't like the pink. I like some of the alt colors. Okay, maybe we will start ranking the alt colors too. Because, yeah, for the regular one, I'm not huge on it. Pico's car? Love Pico. Pico can be at the top of B. Blue Falcon. I mean, that's just iconic, really. You gotta at least put it in A tier. Deep Claw? This isn't Biorex's, is it? Whose is this? Deep Claw... No, this is Octoman. I don't really know much about Octoman. Looking at it just basically, like right now, it's like bottom of B for me. This is Great Star. This is Mr. EAD's machine. I like Mr. EAD in F-Zero Climax for some reason, and I don't like him in most other instances. So... And this doesn't have, like, distinctions between the different... games, so we're just gonna have this as a general ranking. The design of his machine is C tier, so I'm gonna put it there. This is obviously the Little Wyvern, S tier for me. It's a Star Fox reference. Next we have Mad Wolf. This is Billy's machine. The monkey. We can put that there, sure. You know, it's C tier. It's very basic, actually. I'm gonna put it there. You know what? D tier. Just because it's just so plain. Get it? Because they're anti-gravity machines. They're planes. Funny. Anyways, Super Piranha is Kate Allen's machine. Is that accurate? Did I get her name right? Yes, Kate Allen. Another character that I haven't really played as much, but I kind of like the colors on it, at least. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Next is the Death Anchor. This isn't the Skulls machine, is it? No, this is Zoda. Okay. Death Anchor. We're gonna put it there. Yeah. Okay, and then this is Death Anchor, specifically the like special one from Climax, if I'm not mistaken. For like Super Zoda or whatever his name was. Put that in C. Well, no. This goes in C. That one goes in B. Yeah. Like, right there. Okay, this is Jack Levin's dumbass machine. I hate Jack Levin. I considered putting him on my hate fuck tier list, top 10, but that would have been even more who than Quino, I feel. So, we're gonna put Jack Levin, like, there. Yeah, sorry, Jack. Your machine's basic. This is Biorex and his machine. I like this one. This top of C tier. This is the Skulls machine. Visually, I get this one confused for Mighty Zoda or whatever his name is. Is there a name for this specific form? I'm looking at the wiki right now. Is it called the Soldier Anchor? Dark Soldier. I don't think I got this machine. Number 34. Oh, it's this one right here. Yeah. Yeah, a Death Anchor. Hyper Death Anchor is what it's called. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, this is Green Panther. This is Antonio Guster's machine. B tier. Sure. Next up, we have Hyperspeeder. This is... I forget his name, but it's the Captain Falcon that's in the dinosaur costume. What's his name again? Beastman. Yeah. Beastman's machine can firmly go in the B tier. Next up is Space Angler. This is... Oh, what's his name? Roger Buster? No, this is Leon. Okay, well, for that reason alone, because I couldn't recognize it, it's D tier. This is King Meteor. This is Mr. Arrow, right? It's Mr. Arrow, Super Arrow, and Miss Arrow. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so Super Arrow's machine... I'm gonna be honest, I don't like either of the arrows. So they can both go in D tier. I'm gonna put her above him because that's how I'm feeling. Okay, Twin Narita. S tier. We haven't had one of those in a while. S tier for sure. Love the Twin Narita. This is the Night Thunder. This is Silver Nelson's machine. We'll put it in A. Yeah. We gotta put Michael Chain's machine in A. Not quite enough for S for me, but top of A. Top of A. Blood Falcon. What was this called? Bloodhawk. For the machine itself. The Bloodhawk is definitely an A tier machine. It is considered the best machine in F-Zero X for speedrunning purposes, I guess, if that's helpful to know. Next, we have... What is this? The Wonder Wasp. This is John Tanka, right? Yeah, fucking... That must have heard me tanking. A fucking basic-ass John Tanka. The machine itself is okay. Put it at the bottom of C. Next up, we have Mighty Typhoon, which is Drac. Yeah, Drac, and then Roger Buster after him. Not a fan of that green and yellow, I'm gonna be real. Top of D. Roger Buster isn't doing much better with the Mighty Hurricane, but I'm gonna put it here, right at the bottom of C. I do like how there's like synergy between the machines of the characters that are like lore related to each other. Crazy Bear, this is the Dr. Octopus looking motherfucker. What's his name? Dr. Clash. Indeed. I have the wiki up, so if you ever see me like look over here, that's how you know I'm fact-checking myself with the wiki. We'll go ahead and put this one... I kind of like this machine and don't at the same time, but we'll put it in B tier. This one's just another iconic one. This is Black Shadow's machine, the Black Bull. I'll put it right below Captain Falcon's Blue Falcon. Alright, And it's okay. So next up is Elegance Liberty, according to the wiki. This is from GP Legend, which I haven't played. So there you go. I was gonna be like, I don't recognize this one. Okay. Next then would be Fat Shark, which this is Don. What's his name? The Don Genie. I was gonna say that, but I thought I was wrong. Okay, so Don Genie. His machine is crazy if you can be good with it. Like, this is like one of the highest top speeds in the game, but it turns like molasses. So I would put it in A tier. Its turning is what's holding it back from S tier, but that's also kind of the gimmick with it. Is it basically, it's kind of like the Swerve Star in Kirby Air Ride. For those who've played that, it like just does not turn. Except the Swerve Star like can turn after you stop it. Like, this just doesn't stop. Next up is Cosmic Dolphin. I'm gonna assume this is another. Oh wait, no, this is Digiboys. Never mind, I'm wrong. Moon Shadow, I believe, is. Yeah, that's another GP Legend one. Okay, let's just get all the GP Legend ones out of the way. Because as things currently stand, that's the one I haven't played. It's this one. Okay, this one's also a GP Legend machine, I guess. Doesn't really look like the same image that they have in the wiki. But okay, I'll put it there anyways. Apparently this is Samurai Goro's machine, like, upgraded. That's interesting, according to the wiki anyways. This is... Okay, I know some of these. Soldier Anchor. Now, this one was in Climax. I don't remember this. Oh, this is like one of the AI racers, I think. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put it there anyways. Let's see, we got Spark Moon, I know that one. Groovy Taxi, Rolling Turtle, Rainbow Phoenix, Red Bull. What is Red Bull from? It gives you wings? Gives you... It's Berserker? I don't... Who the fuck is Berserker? Who the fuck is Berserker? The former Captain Falcon who assumed another identity to infiltrate Dark Millions Association. He faked his death in accident with Blood Falcon and began working for Don Genie before revealing his identity in F-Zero Climax. Who the fuck is this? Who? What the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy? Okay. Well, that's his machine. I don't think I ever unlocked him. Alright. Sure, whatever you say. Okay, and then we got the Hot Violet. Okay, the rest of these I think are from games that I've played. Okay, back to ranking then. So the Cosmic Dolphin, this is Digiboy from GX/AX. We're gonna... I don't like him. I don't like Digiboy. Digiboy's lame, alright? I'm just gonna say it. Alright, this is the three people, right? Yeah, Dyson and Jen. I'm gonna put them up here because it's a very similar concept to Twin Narita, and I just like that, the multiple cockpits. Next up is Magic Seagull. This is, whose machine again? What's their name? Magic Seagull. Spade. That's their name. Yes, Lancer. This is Lancer's machine. I like this machine a lot, actually. This is going in S tier. Next up is, I believe, Samurai Goro's son, the Silver Rat, Daigoro. This machine is so funny how small it is. It literally is like a rat on the course. I'm gonna put it in... Yeah, like right there. Spark Moon. I don't remember her name, but, Princia Ramode. Like C tier, I guess. I don't really know much about Princia. Bunny Flash. This is Lily Flyer's machine. Oh yeah, I remember Lily Flyer. Okay, feel very similarly. Put that like there, yeah. I feel very similarly about these two. I'm gonna bring it up a little. We'll put it there. Next, Groovy Taxi. This is like top of S. This is like up here. We'll reorganize in a bit. The S category has been unorganized, but yeah, that's up there. The Rolling Turtle. Oh, this is the little robot friend that works with Rainbow Phoenix, right? Top-ish of A tier. I actually don't really like playing as him very much, but I'll put it there just because of his relation to our top tier S, Rainbow Phoenix. There he is. I love me some Rainbow Phoenix. Okay. For time-conserving purposes, I'm going to not rank these other alt colors, but just know, if I were to rank any of these differently, they would all pretty much be with each other, just in order of which colors I like, except for Samurai Goro, who would get bumped up to B tier, because I just don't like the pink. But okay. Next up, this is, I believe... This is one of the Satellaview. This is the Satellaview Blue Falcon, right? Well, I'm just gonna place it. I'm gonna place it right there, actually. This is the Satellaview Fire Stingray. I might not like the pink, but the design is cooler here, so I'm gonna put it there. This is the Wild Goose, right? Put that there. And then the Golden Fox, which... That's not the name of that machine. I don't think they're called... No, this one's called Blue Thunder. I can't really make out the names of these, but they're not on the wiki. So, okay. Put that there. What is this song? I don't know what this is. Hang on. This is Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Peppermint Palace. Okay. It's a good song. Okay, so this is the Blue Falcon, the Falcon Mark II from, I believe, this was in Maximum Velocity, I think. I like it quite a bit more than the Blue Falcon. I'm gonna put it like there. What is this? This is the Fighting Comet from Maximum Velocity, piloted by Kumiko? I don't know who that is. But I have played Maximum Velocity, so I'll rank it. Put it in... It's cool enough looking, I guess. Next up is one that's not on the list, or not on the wiki. Oh wait, no, here it is. It's Fireball. Who is this? This is Mickey Marcus. Remember Mickey Marcus, everyone? God damn it, sure do I. D tier. This is the Hot Violet. This is like the car I think of when I think of Maximum Velocity. We'll put that in B tier. Like right there. Next up is JB Crystal. I seem to remember this one being pretty good. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but because it has been a while since I played Velocity, but we'll put it there. Maximum Velocity is like the one I have the least memories of. You know, Climax is more recent on my mind, but also Climax is just a better game, so I had more fun and was just able to remember things better about Climax. Jet Vermilion. This was the one I used a lot in Maximum Velocity. I remember this one. Yes, S tier for Jet Vermilion. This is the Silver Thunder. The pilot is Blitz Wagner. What the fuck? Oh, created by Dr. Stewart. Okay. Interesting. So it's an accomplice of Dr. Stewart. I see. B tier? Oh. The Sly Joker. I remember this one as well. This is another one that I remember using, so yeah, we'll put it there. A tier. And, let's see, who's this? This is the Stingray, which is Alexander O'Neill. I couldn't tell you who that is. Alexander, your machine goes in the top of C tier. And last but not least for what I'm ranking here is the goddamn motherfucking best GameCube Zelda game, The Wind Walker. Piloted by Nietzsche. The Wind Walker, as much as I love the Zelda game, that's close in name to it. Wind Walker itself, the machine, is like C tier. So there you go. There is that. Let's see, can we reorganize any of this? Obviously, Rainbow Phoenix is always going to go at the top because that's like my guy. I love him. We can do... This can go at the bottom. It's a cool machine. It deserves S tier. It doesn't deserve near the top, though. This deserves to be up there. This also deserves to be up there. I know, like, Blue Falcon alts are kind of basic, but, like, they're cool. I like them. And ostensibly, you could argue that, like, Rainbow Phoenix, especially if you get the blue alt for it, is just another Blue Falcon. Like, yeah. But I'm not ranking those, so... Okay, anything else? I mean, I could do like what I did with the Sonic tier list and place these based on looks alone. But yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. I don't outright hate any machine, but this is my tier list. I think this, sorry Baba, I do wish there was better out there for you, but I think your machine is ugly as sin. So there you go. We got, all of that. Very, very nice. Smart. You're smart for enjoying that. Here. F0 as in zero lies. This is the truth. Great. There you go. There is our final tier list. Excellent. Alright, let's see, what time is it? I've been doing this for an hour. I'm gonna do one more. I do have 5 of these, but I'm not gonna do all of them. And the last one that I think I want to do, so we have Xenoblade 1 through 3, all major characters. We have 3D Zelda dungeon tier list, and all Mario Kart courses. Considering I just did a tier list of other racing tracks, which is what sort of inspired this stream, I'm gonna save the racing one for another time, to not be too tired. So, Xenoblade or Zelda? What are we feeling? I think I'm feeling Zelda. Let's rank them Zelda dungeons. Alright, so this goes up to Tears of the Kingdom. I really wanted to find one that had some of the 2D dungeons in there as well, but I guess to my own credit, I haven't played all the 2D Zeldas, so that would just be like ranking like a few of the Zelda 1 dungeons for me, and Link Between Worlds would be the main ones, but mostly I just wanted to throw in some of the Link Between World dungeons in there. Minish Cap is great. I haven't played a lot of it though. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little spoiler. When I'm feeling the right mood for it, that is the next Zelda game I'm streaming. Aside from the Majora's Mask Rando thing I'm doing later this month, like Minish Cap will be the next Zelda game that I play on stream. And the Hyrule Warriors thing I guess I'm also doing, but those are both one-offs. I'm talking like full series. So, Minish Cap is the next one for me to play. So, I am having a hard time. One thing with this dungeon is they don't have any of these labeled. I wish you could, like, highlight them and it would say the name, but it doesn't. They just have screenshots of the dungeons themselves, so I'm gonna have to do my best to kind of place these. I don't know them all too well, just by looking at them. Like this first one. Okay, so this first one, I think, is Forbidden Woods from Wind Waker. Hang on. Can I... If I move this to my other monitor, is it going to be impossible for you to see? Here. We'll do it like this. Alright, that was really annoying to set up. Let's finally do this real quick. I'm gonna go through this pretty fast, because I don't know if it was really worth all that effort, but I'm gonna do it. There's still ads on the screen, god... whatever, I don't care. Okay. So first up is the Forbidden Woods from Wind Waker. We're gonna put that in B tier. I think that is actually like the most average dungeon of all dungeons. It is neither offensive, it is not long, it's pretty easy to figure out. It's got that like forest aesthetic, which you're gonna see a lot in pretty much every Zelda game. It is a good dungeon. I like being able to throw the nut, and I like the boss, Calidamos. But like, we're ranking the dungeon itself. The music's kind of like whatever. Yeah, so that's like the most B tier dungeon of all time, if you ask me. That is the middle of the list. Next up is, I think this is supposed to be a water temple, but the screenshot is from outside of it, so cringe. Water temple, Ocarina of Time is A tier. Sorry, I don't make the rules. It was never that bad. First Forest Temple from Twilight Princess. I think I like that a little bit more than the Forbidden Woods, but not by much. Yeah. This is the Gerudo Training Grounds. Do we really count this? This isn't a dungeon. It's D tier. That's not a dungeon. In fact, new category. Don't lie to me. That's not a dungeon. Okay, and then this one can be cool. Okay, Spirit Temple from Ocarina of Time. This is probably the best dungeon in Ocarina. I like Ocarina of Time, but I'm not, like, huge on it. Like, it's not my favorite Zelda. And I think the dungeons aren't why I play Ocarina. It's good for randomizer, I suppose. But I prefer playing MM and Wind Waker randomized than I do Ocarina. Like, Ocarina, I only enjoy purely on the nostalgia level. Like, I don't tout it as the best game of all time, like many do. It's a good game. I'm not gonna call it bad. It's just, you know, whatever. I'm gonna put it... It is, yeah, it's the best dungeon of Ocarina of Time. I'm also gonna move this back to the top. There we go. Okay. This is also another case of the TierMaker person is stretching a little bit. I don't consider the moon from Majora's Mask to really be a dungeon. I get where they're coming from a little bit more than the Gerudo Training Grounds, at least. But this is like 4 dungeons if you're gonna be that technical with it. So, I'm gonna put it there. What the fuck is this? Oh, that's the Wind Temple from Wind Waker. Okay. I'm not really a fan of the Wind Temple. And randomizer might cloud my judgment on that one because it's really annoying to go through. But yeah, I'm not huge on Wind Temple. For a game called The Wind Waker, you would think that that one would be cooler, but no. Earth Temple. I do like Makar, though. Oh, I do like Makar, though. Alright, B tier for Makar alone. Okay, I may have some very basic takes here, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go based on my own takes here, but I'm gonna put Earth Temple at the top of A. And then this is Ganon's Tower from Wind Waker. That's a C tier. Yeah, it's whatever. Fire Temple, also C tier from Ocarina, Adult Fire Temple. Adult Forest Temple. I like Twilight Princesses more. I'm sorry. I know everyone loves that pose aesthetic. They love the. I like it, but it's not my favorite forest temple. Deku Tree. It's a very, very good first dungeon. I don't like really playing it, but like it's a very good introduction to Ocarina of Time. Bottom of B tier. Ancient Cistern. Yeah, I mean, it's probably basic to put it there, but that's because that's where it goes. So, yes, tier it is. Arbiter's Grounds. I'm going to put above Ancient Cistern, though. That might be less basic. I like Arbiter's Grounds a lot. Divine Beast Varuda. That goes in the D tier. Alright, I don't like the Divine Beasts at all. Alright, what is that? Is that bottom of the well? I will count this one, unlike the Gerudo Training Ground, because I said so. Yeah, but it's nothing too crazy, but I'll put it in, like... Yeah, sure. What is that? That Divine Beast Meadow? That's even worse than Ruda. This, I think, is the DLC dungeon from Breath of the Wild. I've only played that once. I don't remember anything about it. I remember the Maz Koshida fight is cool, but beyond that, fuck, I don't know shit. The bottom of C. It's at least not a Divine Beast, I'll give it that. What is this? That's not a dungeon. That's the fucking... That's the Naked Great Fairy Trials. Okay, City in the Sky. S tier. Divine Beast! Rutania! It is a dungeon, but it's D tier. Woodfall Temple from Majora. It's very much on the same tier for me as something like the Great Deku Tree because of how basic it is. However, because I play Rando so much, I love Woodfall Temple because unlike the Great Deku Tree, there's actually a lot of checks here. So I'm gonna put it as my favorite of the forest temples in B tier. Because, of course it is. This here is Great Bay Temple. What'd they do to the colors in this image? Fucking, I don't know, but that's not how that looked on the 3DS, is it? It wasn't like green like that. Regardless, Great Bay from Majora's Mask. So my personal take is I like Great Bay more than the Water Temple. But I do think it is more confusing than the Water Temple. It's always been baffling to me that the discourse over the years has been that the Great Bay Temple, or rather that the Water Temple, is this most confusing dungeon of all time. The Great Bay Temple, if you don't understand what's going on with those pipes, it is so, like, obtuse. It makes more sense on repeat playthroughs, definitely. But, I mean, that can be said about literally any dungeon in this whole series. So, for that, I am gonna rank the Water Temple higher. But just note, I like Great Bay Temple more. I'm just gonna say that Water Temple is probably a better dungeon than the Great Bay Temple, because at least Water Temple, you know, it's confusing for many people, but it makes more sense, I think. It is easier to convey what's happening. This, I believe, is Dragon Roost Cavern from Wind Waker. So it's your first real dungeon of Wind Waker. I do like it more than the Forest Haven because I really like the Goma fight, and getting the grappling hook is kind of essential for Wind Waker. You know, the boomerang in Wind Waker is like whatever. It's useful for a little bit, but then you get the bow not too long later, so it's like it kind of becomes obsolete a little. We're gonna put it. I'm gonna put it right there. Actually, no, I'll put it above. Yeah, that's fine. All right, Fire Sanctuary from Skyward Sword. This is the last dungeon other than Skykeep. It's like top of B. Yeah. Forsaken Fortress. Okay, I'm trying to not let the most recent Shea Frilla's video, when he ranked all of this stuff, cloud my judgment with any of these, but especially with Forsaken Fortress, because this was like his least favorite. And I get where he's coming from, because it is, like, if you consider it a dungeon, I'm half tempted to put it here, but it kind of is more a dungeon than any of those. It's not like high. It's just like, I don't think it's worse than the Divine Beasts. He ranked every Divine Beast above Forsaken Fortress, and I don't think I agree with that. So I'm gonna put it at the top of D. As a dungeon, it's not that interesting, but as like a story thematic thing, it's cool. You know what? Actually, I think I like it more than I like Ganon's Tower. So I'll put it there in C tier. I guess I'll put this one in B tier, because I know I feel higher about this. Or maybe top of C. I don't know. Now, what the fuck is this? I can't tell what this is. Hang on, I'm trying to get real close to my monitor. Yeah. Is it? Oh, this is supposed to be the end of Tears of the Kingdom? Like below Hyrule Castle? Okay. Here, let's be a little zoomed in, because that makes this... Oh, then you can't see it all, though. And that ad pokes its ugly head up if I do that. Okay. Alright, so, final dungeon of Tears of the Kingdom. Below Hyrule Castle. Okay, so Tears of the Kingdom's dungeons are, in my opinion, a vast upgrade across the board compared to Breath of the Wild. Sans one, which we'll get to that one when we get to that one. The final stretch of beneath Hyrule Castle in Tears of the Kingdom is... like... it's really cool when you first discover it, and I'm not gonna... well, I guess spoilers are out the window for this, so yeah, I'll spoil. You know, discovering that it's the area from the intro to the game is very cool, like when you get to that part of the dungeon. And if we're including the final, or like the bosses as part of where I rank these, that is probably the best final boss in the series, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care for Tears of the Kingdom as much as I used to, like on release, but I do still feel like the Ganondorf Demon King fight followed into the Dark Dragon is the best fight in the entire series. Just like when his health bar starts going off screen, it's fucking hilarious and it's kind of awesome. So for that, I'm tempted to put it in A tier, but like the dungeon itself, it's cool. I'm gonna put it at B. It's being heavily carried by that final boss, but it is a good exploration. It is. If there were more dungeons like that in Tears of the Kingdom, I would probably have a very different opinion on that game. Let's just put it that way. Okay, Goron Mines from Twilight Princess. Not huge on this one. Bottom of C tier. What is this one? This is the Yiga clan hideout. I'm tempted to put this in Don't Lie to Me, That's Not a Dungeon. Yeah. Hyrule Castle from Wind Waker? That's literally 3 rooms. That's not a dungeon. That's the least not a dungeon out of anything on this list. Like, it's just part of the overworld, technically speaking. There's not even, like, well, I guess you fight some enemies there, but, like, and there's one puzzle. Do you really count? That'd be like calling fucking Windfall Island a dungeon. It's not a dungeon. Okay, that's just an area in the game. This one is Hyrule Castle from Twilight Princess. Cool dungeon conceptually. The Ganondorf ass pull at the end of Twilight Princess, you know, it is what it is. Not huge on it, I guess. But we're talking about the dungeon, and the fight against Ganondorf is fun enough. I'll put it in A tier. The dungeon itself isn't... Okay, no. This is B tier, that's A tier. Okay. Because the dungeon itself, the puzzles are pretty straightforward. There is that one where you have to, like, dig to get into the back courtyard, which I never found as a kid, but... I did think that, like, the hype moment of going into Hyrule Castle, and there's just, like, there's no music at first, it's just raining. That was cool. And then your bazooka buddy shows up for all of 4 seconds and then fucks off for the rest of the game. That was cool, too. So this is Breath of the Wild Hyrule Castle. This is the best Hyrule Castle. Without a doubt. We're gonna put that one in S tier. But where does it go? Now, if all of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom dungeons were the Hyrule Castles, we would really be having a different discussion here about those games' dungeons. Unfortunately, they're not. I'm half tempted to say this is not a dungeon because of how Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom handle their dungeons. But I will, because I do see this one as a dungeon. And I'm gonna put it there. Yeah. Okay. Tears of the Kingdom floating Hyrule Castle is less interesting, but it is ostensibly the same dungeon. For that, I kind of have to knock it some points, but I can't knock it too many points because at the end of the day, it is the same dungeon. It's the same dungeon. Some of the hallways are, like, harder to navigate. This one actually has a... Well, I guess regular Hyrule Castle also has a boss fight. You could argue. Do I like it more than the Tears of the Kingdom under Hyrule Castle? I would say no. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put that in S tier, bottom of S. And this, yeah, that can be the bottom of A. Okay. I feel comfortable with that. Water Temple from Twilight Princess. Okay. Water Temple. I remember a lot of people are down on this dungeon because it is very, like, it's just kind of caves. It's water and it's caves. You know, that's the aesthetic of the dungeon, which I won't lie. The aesthetic of this dungeon, like, D tier. But the dungeon itself is really fun for me. And I'm gonna put this one in A tier. I'm sorry. I know that the water temples, weirdly enough, are most people's least favorite, but I love them because of how complex they are. The more complex the dungeon, the better for me. Yeah, that's fine for me. In fact, I'm gonna do it like this. There. That feels, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fire Temple from Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, so this was the first one I did. If you do, again, I don't see the Funny Crab Man in his tier lists as, like, the top caliber of what you should absolutely listen to, but I do like hearing his thoughts and his opinions. I don't agree with him on Fire Temple. The problem with Tears of the Kingdom in general, with all of its dungeons, is that you can break them in half if you just do the fly bike. And he was like, well, I just broke this dungeon in half by doing the fly bike, and you can break the entire game in half by doing the fly bike. But also, that's kind of on you. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of the revelation I'm getting at with that stuff right now. Is using fly bike is your own fault, and it's hard to unlearn it, but you kind of have to put that own restriction on yourself to see the fun of the Fire Temple. So for that, I can't rank it high because, you know, that option is there and a lot of people will go about that. But I do think it's better than Ocarina's Fire Temple any day of the week. I think, yeah, I'm gonna put it at the top of C. Top of C. I don't know this dungeon well enough in order to place it higher or lower, so I'm just going to place it higher on instinct. Temple of Time from Twilight Princess. Temple Temple of Time is fun. I do enjoy that it is the Temple of Time. But I'm not... The dungeon itself is kind of lame. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not huge on this one. So... Yeah, like, all of the second half of Twilight Princess's dungeons are, like, 9s or 10s, except for this one. For me, and this one's, like, the most lame dungeon in Twilight Princess. Which is a shame, because the aesthetic of being the Temple of Time is sick as fuck. But, I don't know, just something about it. I'm not into it. I'm going to put it in B tier, at the bottom. I would say that the Deku Tree is more fun for me than Temple of Time. Okay, Snowhead Temple from Majora. This might... No, we still have Stone Tower. I was gonna say, is this my last Majora dungeon? Snowhead... It's your second dungeon from Majora. And I think it is probably the most well-rounded and solid Majora's Mask dungeon. I actually think this might be an S tier. Or at least top of A. Yeah, it's top of A. Because, yeah, it's the most well-rounded Majora's Mask dungeon. It's neither too frustrating nor too easy. It's just the perfect balance for me. Where I love Woodfall Temple, it is too easy. And Great Bay Temple, I think, while I love that, I recognize for many it is too complicated. And then Stone Tower, which I guess we can just grab and rank now. Stone Tower, I love. For me, it's an S tier. But I do think Stone Tower itself is, like, probably the most frustrating dungeon in the series. So, I'm putting it at the very bottom of S. But for me, personally, I'm putting it there. With my ranking, I am trying to consider other people's thoughts on these dungeons too, but I'm mostly going based on my own, of course, because I am me, and I am in control. This... Okay, I guess we have another Majora's Mask dungeon. I think this is Great Castle of Akana. I mean, you can kind of see it as a dungeon, I guess so, yeah. Whoops. Fucking didn't mean to do that. Okay, we're gonna put... I am gonna rank it. I'm gonna rank it D, though. Do I like it more or less than Divine Beasts, is the question. For randomizer purposes... Less, because, I mean, I haven't played Breath of the Wild randomized. I don't even know if that's a thing, probably, but, randomizer purposes, there's like 2 checks here. It's kind of worthless to go here. Obviously, you need to for the main story, for just talking the game itself. The bottom of D. It teeters on that don't lie to me, that's not a dungeon thing. You know what? No, it is. It's don't lie to me. It's not a dungeon. That's not a dungeon. Alright, Dodongo's Cavern, Ocarina. Not huge on it. And this is probably my lowest C. No, I do like it more than the Goron Mines, but only barely. Okay. Ganon's Castle, Ocarina of Time. I feel very similarly about Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time in their final dungeons, but Ocarina of Time at least has more going for it. I think the spectacle is cooler. I do like Puppet Ganon a lot, but I like the Ganondorf fight in Ocarina more, and I like just the dungeon itself, like the 6 areas before you go into the castle proper in Ocarina, so I'm gonna put it there. Do I like it more than Forsaken Fortress? I think I do. Yeah. So actually there. That's the order. Okay, Jabu Jabu, Ocarina of Time. This place probably smells awful. That's all I have to say. B tier. Palace of Twilight. This is another C for me, only because the dungeon itself is like whatever. I'll put it there. It's top-ish of C. Sand Ship. I know a lot of people love this one. The Tantalus fight is a little lame though, so bottom most of S, I think. And what is this? Okay, this is Shadow Temple. Another bad picture for it, but okay. Shadow Temple, Ocarina of Time. B. Va Naboris is probably the only good Divine Beast, and it's still just a C tier. Okay, what's next? That is Skyview from Skyward Sword. This is another first dungeon, but it's significantly more involved than something like the Deku Tree or Woodfall Temple. I think, actually, as much as I have my bias towards Woodfall, I think this is the best, like, starter dungeon. It is a shame that it takes so long to get to it, but that's not part of this list, so... I would say this is actually an A tier, bottom of A, but it's A. Okay, Snowhead, you don't need me to tell you, that's probably the best dungeon in the series, right? It's between Snowhead or Arbiter's Grounds for me. I actually think I might give the edge to Arbiter, just barely, but yeah. Lanayru Mining Facility from Skyward Sword. Yeah, whatever. It's fun, I guess. Bottom of B. Yeah. Skykeep. Final dungeon of Skyward Sword. This is where you get the Triforce. There is no boss unless you're counting the Demise fight, but that's like not really part of the dungeon, I would argue. I guess for sake of argument, I could say that because it is the final dungeon and you just go to the final boss afterwards. But I'll put it at the top-ish of A. It's up there. I like this dungeon a lot. Maybe not quite S tier for me, but it's up there. Tower of the Gods from Wind Waker. I like it more than the Forsaken Fortress, so that's my bottom point. I think I like it more than the Forbidden Woods and Dragon Roost. I think that's where it goes. Middle of B, yeah. What is this one? Hang on. Sorry for the ad in your face, but is this... What is that? Is this the Wolflink amiibo dungeon? I've never finished that, but as far as I was aware, that's just the Cave of Ordeals again. Yeah. I like it significantly less than the Cave of Ordeals. I never finished it because I just hate I hate the Wolflink combat. Forcing me to do an entire Cave of Ordeals as Wolflink is annoying. I don't like it. Water Temple. Easily the worst dungeon in the entire franchise, and I'm not joking. Tears of the Kingdom has one of the best finales and one of the worst single dungeons of all time. Yeah, I hate this dungeon with a burning passion. It is actually worse than the Divine Beasts for me. Boring. It takes like 20 minutes. The boss is lame. The build-up to it is lame. Everything surrounding this dungeon, lame. Don't like it. Lightning Temple from Tears of the Kingdom is one of Tears of the Kingdom's better dungeons. I would put it above Hyrule Castle from Tears of the Kingdom. So by that metric, it's in A tier. I think this is what separates Water Temple and Great Bay Temple for me, right in between those. Okay. Minoru's, like, Construct Depot. I don't remember what it was called. The Construct Factory? Maybe? I'm half tempted to put this one, and don't lie to me, that's not a dungeon. It does have a boss. But I'll rank it. Because it does have a boss. Some of these in here don't, like, these don't have bosses at the end of them, which I think is the #1 metric why I can't rank it. But this one does, technically. It's just, like, 4 disconnected things, and then you bring the parts to the central factory. Yeah, it's a C tier. I don't really care about this. Yeah, I'd place Va Naboris above it. Yeah, bottom of C. Oof to some people, but it is what it is, you know. The final one is the Wind Temple, which should have been called the Stormwind Arc. That is annoying that it's just called the Wind Temple, but okay. It's subtitled the Stormwind Arc, but I digress. The name is not really relevant to this ranking. Do I like this more than the Lightning Temple is a question that I have to ask myself. Yes and no. I feel like the build-up to it is like the best build-up out of all the dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom, even though the Lightning Temple build-up is very good with the Redeads and stuff around Gerudo Town. The dungeon itself is pretty basic, though. So, I think Fire Temple, the dungeon, is better than Wind Temple, the dungeon, but Wind Temple, the build-up, is better than Fire Temple, the build-up. And I think for that, I have to put this in B tier, kind of just in the middle. Like, maybe right there. Yeah. Like there. I think there is where I put it. A lot of people, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to harshly disagree with me on where I'm putting Forest Temple Ocarina. Again, I said what I said. Just going based on the other Forest Temples, it has to be ranked around there for me because I do feel stronger about Twilight Princess Forest Temple than I do the Ocarina of Time one. And I know this is a fan favorite dungeon, so I'm sorry, but it's gotta be B tier for me. I just gotta be honest with how I feel about it. And lastly is Earth Temple from Skyward Sword. It's not better than Fire Sanctuary. It's like C tier. It's probably the top of C tier, yeah. I'd say it's better than Fire Temple from Tears. So, okay. Well, there you go. Let's save this one. Cringe. Oh, that's not how you spell cringe. Kringo. Chalupo. This are the factos. Great. Kringo Chalupo. This are the factos. That is my dungeon tier list. So, now these are not dungeons. That's Hyrule Castle, Wolf Link, Cave of Ordeals, Gerudo Dungeon, which I just called a dungeon, but Gerudo Training Grounds, the Moon, Yiga Base. I've already saved it, but I'm half tempted actually to move Yiga Base as a dungeon to be like top of D. But if Yiga Base is a dungeon, then Ikana Castle is a dungeon too. But I think that's where I put it. Yeah, no, this is it. Okay. Cool. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, so here's the music we've been listening to. It's mostly been The Noble Demon. Just show you the playlist. Oh, you can't really see it, can you? Here. Nope, that doesn't help you. Okay, how about this? How about if I go in here and I go into the filters and then I remove the crop? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, here are the songs that we've been listening to. throughout. I know the window's stretched, but if you just want to see the history of what the music has been, there you go. Cool. So there you go. That is everything that I'm going to be doing today for stream. Let me know what you thought about the tier list stuff. I wanna do more like interesting things that aren't necessarily me playing a game, just giving me an opportunity to like yap over nothing. So I liked doing that, even if you know, it wasn't the best for live audience interaction. I found that to be really fun, actually, to put together. So if you liked it, let me know. If you thought it was like, yeah, it was whatever, be honest with me. I'll take the feedback, and I want to just know, you know, is this something you want to see more of? Because I mean, I at the very least, I'm gonna do one more whether you like it or not. Because I do want to do the Mario Kart tracks and the Xenoblade characters. I'm just gonna do that on a different stream because I've already been streaming for like 5 hours tonight, and I have some other chore things I need to take care of around the house. So that's gonna be it from me tonight. Once again, thank you to the Noble Demon. They don't know me personally or anything, but their music is wonderful. I love having that shit on while I'm doing tier lists. So, yeah, other than that, what else can I say? But thank you for watching, and we will see if I am able to be live tomorrow or not. I know the schedule says I will be, but like I mentioned earlier, there is a high possibility that I may not be able to be here because my dad is going to help me put up some wall-mounted shelves. It sounds exciting, I know, but I don't know how long that's going to really take, and he's got the tools for it, and I don't. It's the only reason why I really need him. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Have a good night, and goodbye. Bye-bye.